We're getting answers on the latest fast-spreading illness going around in the community. Local doctors and hospitals are seeing an uptick in gastrointestinal virus cases, also known as the stomach bug.
Western Mass News reporter Kristen Brunel has more on what you should know to help protect yourself from catching it this season.
Pediatrician Dr. John Kelly tells Western Mass News he has seen a high number of stomach bug cases at his office.
It's usually self-limited and makes you feel pretty lousy. The key treatment for that is supportive care. Frequent sips of clear liquids, little sips, little sips. Most people can get through it by doing that.
Dr. Kelly says that hydration with water or Pedialyte is key, especially for kids, and to avoid any sugary drinks like Gatorade.
You definitely lose your appetite with this, and that's normal. A lot of parents get very concerned that their child's not eating solids, and that's perfectly fine. Most kids don't eat solids when they're sick.
Strep throat is another common virus Dr. Kelly is seeing.
Strep out there too, sore throats. Certainly seen that. Those kids with headaches, sore throats, fevers, stomach aches. No cold symptoms. Strep doesn't cause cold symptoms. So if you have a rip-roaring, runny nose, cough, congestion, sore throat, it's probably not strep.
Over at Mercy Medical Center, the chief of emergency medicine tells us they have patients coming in with similar illnesses.
The biggest thing we're dealing with now is a bad gastrointestinal illness with vomiting and diarrhea that seems to be going around, much more prevalent than I think COVID is right now.
And he is sharing some tips to keep yourself healthy as the highly contagious stomach bug virus spreads through the community.
Don't go to work if you don't have to go to work. Wash your hands. Try to make sure you clean. Sanitize your house.
Reporting for Western Mass News, I'm Kristen Brunel.